Francis, UFC Paris is Saturday. This has to mean something for you, right? To have a UFC, the first one ever in France, kind of your adopted home country. How do you feel about this?
Well, I'm very excited, even though I won't fight tomorrow. But it's also for the good reason. But to see all these fans pumped up for tomorrow night, it's so excited, and to remember, viewing the history of this, how this was built up, and how much work they put into the MMA to be legalized in France, so to finally have a UFC in France. That's very impressive, and also very excited to finally see that this happened.
Would you like to fight here one day at some point?
Always, like when I first came here, I was sleeping in a parking lot somewhere, so I was coming to this park to like brush my teeth every morning.
Oh my God.
So
right next to the arena.
Right next year, there is a park here, and
Wow.
I will go there and see a lot of. Sometimes passing by, there will be an event here, and then I'll be like, well, I just hope someday I will be among the attendant. Like just stuff like that. Wasn't even believe that this could happen, but obviously down the road it became the big one of a dream to fight, to perform here. I mean, not only in Paris, but in this special arena, because this area is like my area. It's where I first came when I get in Paris, so I'm more attached in this area. So yes, obviously.
You're here now. When you see that park, how does that make you feel? Because now you're back here. I know you're not fighting, but you're the champ of the world. And now you see that park that you were living in.
I think it's the best park in Paris. I think this area is the best area in Paris.
Right?
Because like me, when I came in Paris, if I'm not in this area, I don't feel like I'm in Paris. I feel like I'm so far away in another country or something like that.
Right.
So I have this special attachment from this area. A lot of nostalgic. I mean, it wasn't the greatest moment of my life, but it's still the best. One of the best memory of my life. Like when I see those plays, it took me back then, and then to see how far I come, and it's amazing.
And the main event Saturday night has some significance for you too, because it's two heavyweights. It's Ciryl Gane, the guy that you just fought, against Tai Tuivasa, a guy that I think people would like to see you fight. How do you see that fight going?
It's gonna be a very tough fight, but I think if Ciryl finally show up, because as I was saying, usually like when you have a fast rising like that, then you came to a loss. It's very sometimes it's very hard to deal, to come back mentally. Obviously, physically your skill is still there, but if your mental doesn't deal with the defeat, it's gonna be hard. And I'm saying that because just about from my experience. But I think if he shows up tomorrow, he has more leverage on the Tai Tuivasa, which is not to overlook as well, because of his dedication in the past 2 years. We can see a lot of improvement of his skills, fighting IQ in the past 2 years, and his knockout power as well, which is something not to sleep on.
For sure. I saw you and Ciryl just kind of give each other a fist bump back here a few minutes ago. It seems like everything with you guys is fine. No more.
So just to be clear, Ciryl and I, we never had a problem. People around build the problem around. They build the story. We never had a problem. I don't have a problem with him, and I think it's vice versa. So it's just the story around. This it's this business. That's how it is. So
gotta sell the fight, right? Gotta sell the fight, right?
At any cost.
Have you guys talked at all, you and Ciryl? Have you guys, since the fight?
No, we are not friends, but we are not
enemies. Right, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So what's going on with you? I know that you had knee surgery. I believe it was in March. People were kind of expecting you or hoping that you're back end of the year, beginning of next year. What do you think right now?
I would think more like beginning of next year, because I'm 5 months, 5 months and a half post surgery, and I'm not very strong on that knee yet, and see how heavy I am is something that I really have to consider. My weight and the situation and how is it. When I go back to Vegas in the US, I think I'm seeing the doctor next week, or something like that. So I'm gonna have his opinion, and obviously keep the physical therapy. The both has to be like in accordance to what I should start, at least start training, just to get in shape then we'll be there for considering a fight.
So you're going back to Vegas right after this? Right
Yeah,
after
I'm going
UFC
back to
Paris.
Vegas.
Gotcha. And will that kind of be a training camp? Or more
No,
just
no,
kind of
no,
getting
not
back
a
to
training camp.
Yeah.
Still a training to be back in
Yeah, of
shape
course.
because in the past 7 months I haven't really done anything.
Right.
Kind of like very out of shape, in the very out of shape,
Yeah.
the most that I have ever been, and now I was just trying to like get myself there, sort of like, let's say a pre-training camp.
Sure.
You know, pre-training camp. So because like a training camp, you're not supposed to start at training camp at level 0.
Right.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people expected that while you were out, they were going to do maybe an interim title with John Jones, Stipe Miocic. That hasn't happened yet. Do you think it will happen? And what do you think will be the next opponent for you?
Honestly, I don't know. Like, this is the sport that the landscape can change really fast. You don't know what will happen tonight. You don't know what is the scenario tomorrow. The only thing that you know is what is right now. Tomorrow in this sport, you don't know because a lot of things can change, you know. So, I don't know, man. From right now, I can only control what I can control, which is myself, getting ready to, getting myself healthy. And that's the only thing. That's my focus right now.
Last question real quick. I know that Tyson Fury is a guy that you wanted to fight, possible free agency for you coming up. He says he's retired, but then he says he's not. Then he says he is. What's going on with Tyson Fury, and is that still a fight that you want?
My career doesn't depend on Tyson Fury or anyone else. My desire of boxing doesn't depend on Tyson Fury, you know. So whether he's retired or not, I'm still gonna do that. I still want a boxing match in my career, a few boxing match, and that's something that I'm gonna engage in conversation in when comes the moment.
You think your next fight will be in the UFC, or you think it'll be in boxing? Don't know.
I don't know. It depends. Yeah. We haven't had a real talk, but even the boxing can happen in the UFC as well. We haven't had a real talk. Let's see how it plays. I'm open to any option, but what I do know for sure is that I'm gonna do that damn boxing.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.